So this is going to be a video on how to actually make single notes. And there's two things that I want you to concentrate on when you're making these notes. Number one is that you want to be pushing down on the string perpendicular to the neck, okay? And even though your fingers are going to be curved because they're coming around from the bottom, you want to try to come straight down, because if you do it at an angle, it's going to change the tone. It's going to make it sharper, you know. Which, when you get better, you'll intentionally do that to, you know, to bend the string. But at this point, you want to try to just make the actual note. So come straight down perpendicular towards the neck. It's not really like squeezing, but kind of. Also, you want to, these are the frets, these metal pieces right here. The fret isn't the space in between. A lot of people think that's the fret, but the fret is actually the metal pieces coming here. And that's what stops or makes the point where the string is stopped, which determines the length of the string, which determines the note. So you want to make, so if you're going to be, this is the first fret, second fret, third fret, okay, and so on. You want to be just to this is called the nut, to the nut side of the fret, but you don't want to be pushing on the fret, okay? And as you make complicated, you know, chords and stuff, you're gonna, your fingers may not exactly fall like that, but you just kind of want to focus on being close to the fret without touching it. Another thing that you want to be thinking about is don't be afraid to play all over the neck. Most people start right down here, but I like to start up high, so you're not afraid of this area. And then we'll work down here too. So I guess that's all I have to say right now, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is count up 12 frets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? Once you have found the 12th fret, I want you to put your finger on the 6th string, which is the top string, close to the fret wire, the fret itself, but don't actually push down on the fret. Okay, and start taking your pick and just striking the string while you're dampening the string. And then start pushing straight down until you're making a tone. Okay? So I lift it up, it's dampening again, and you push down and it makes a tone. Okay? You only want to be pushing at the level that makes a good tone, but don't push too hard, because you're going to damage your fingers, and you don't need to push harder than you need to make a tone. And remember to always relax. So now this is a whole octave, so this 12th fret is actually an octave higher than an open string. So if I just strike the string, that is an E, and one octave higher is right here where you were pushing. Okay, and it should sound the same, but at an octave higher. Alright? So I want you to do this with each one of your fingers. So play the open and then push down. Okay? Open, next finger, push down. Next finger, open, and your pinky, push down. Okay? Now you're gonna, depending on how big your hands are, if you got really long fingers, you'll curve more over. If you have shorter fingers, it'll lay more flat. But the main point is to try to push straight towards the neck, okay? And then do that with every string. So go down to the 5th string, which is the next string down, that's an A. Play the open, and then play right next to that fret, that 12th fret. And do it with each finger. Okay? And then down to the next one. Switching with each finger, just pushing hard enough to make a good tone. Alright? I'm going down to the next one, which is a G, the 3rd string. Okay? Now I'm on B, the 2nd string. Now you're going to be doing this a lot slower, but I'm just showing you what to do. You know, and I like to vary the loudness of them so you get used to that. And that has to do with how you're picking it with the right hand, okay? All right, so now you're going to come down here and you're going to start with the first fret and you're going to move all your fingers across, okay? So you play the first one, all right? Coming down to the next string every time. Okay. So now I want you to make a very simple 2-note chord, okay? And then this will get us ready for the next lesson, which will be starting to make chords. So I want you to take your ring finger, and I want you to put it right on the 3rd fret, okay? And just play that. And then take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret, okay? Now, try to put the ring finger on the 3rd, keep pushing that down, try not to bend it, and push down with your middle finger on the 2nd fret. And try to play them down 2 notes without bending them, okay? That's going to be the difficult part, is not bending them. All right, and this is the beginning of a chord that you'll be learning. You'll be learning many chords, but this is just kind of getting used to playing 2 notes and trying to push straight down. You only have to push as hard as you need to push to make a tone, and try not to bend them. And that's the difficult thing when you play chords, is making all the notes in tune without bending them. And as I said earlier, eventually when you get really good, you'll be bending all sorts of notes on purpose. But not at this time. So that's all you need to know for playing individual notes and the starting of a chord. And thanks a lot.